Hello, and welcome to the TechnoDog channel, where I compare various smartphones. For today's video, I decided to take a look at the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T and Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite. The description below the video will contain the links to online stores where you can find out the cost and purchase these smartphones. In the meantime, I'll talk about the technical characteristics, advantages, and disadvantages of the Redmi Note 8T and Mi 9 Lite. And don't forget, if you enjoy this video, be sure to let me know by clicking that like button and by subscribing to our channel to make sure you never miss another new TechnoDog. Every like and comment helps to validate the work that we do here, so thanks in advance. Now, on to the comparison of the Redmi Note 8T and Mi 9 Lite with their appearances. These smartphones have a lot of similarities, but a closer look reveals the difference in their appearance. Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T received Gorilla Glass 5 safety glass in the front and back. In addition to resisting scratches, this smartphone is not afraid of a few water splashes on it. Just be careful not to drop it in a pool or a bath though, as it does not have full waterproofing. This phone also turned out to be quite large and heavy, with a thickness of 8.6mm and weight of 200 grams. The length is 161.1mm by 75.4mm. The front side of the device is occupied by a large display with an indentation in the form of a black strip in the lower part, and a teardrop-shaped cutout for the front camera at the top. Above is a microphone and an infrared remote control to control various Xiaomi devices. The smartphone has two speakers. One is located above the screen, the second on the bottom, where there is also a microphone, a headphone input, and a USB-C connector. On the right side is the power button and a volume rocker. On the left is a SIM card slot. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite is 5mm less than its rival. In width and thickness from Redmi Note 8T, it differs by tenths of a millimeter. The weight of the smartphone is 179 grams. Mi 9 Lite received a large screen with narrow frames on the sides and a built-in fingerprint scanner. On top, there is a teardrop-shaped cutout for the front camera and one of the speakers. The display is protected from damage by Gorilla Glass 5 with an oleophobic coating. The power and volume buttons are located on the right side of the smartphone, and on the left is a slot for two nano-format SIM cards and a microSD card. At the top are a microphone, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and an infrared sensor. Below are the USB-C connector, a second microphone, and another speaker. On the back of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T, there is a 4-camera photo module and an LED flash, as well as a fingerprint scanner. As for the colors of the smartphone, it can be purchased in white, blue, and black versions. The surface of the back cover of the white and blue versions has a beautiful gradient transition from the bottom up, shimmering at different angles in the light. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite has a triple vertical camera module with a flash on the back, as well as a backlit logo that lights up when notifications are received. As for the colors of the smartphone, the blue, white, and black versions are available. The blue version on the back has a holographic image in the form of curved lines that pass through the entire length of the back cover of the smartphone. Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T received a 6.3-inch screen with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It uses an IPS matrix with a resolution of 1080 by 2340 pixels. The display has wide viewing angles and rich colors. There's a vision protection mode and many settings, for example, to adjust the brightness and color temperature. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite uses a large and bright 6.39-inch Super AMOLED screen with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. The screen resolution is 1080 by 2340 pixels. Maximum brightness reaches 600 nits. In addition, the screen has a large color gamut and high contrast ratio. It supports automatic brightness and color tone adjustment depending on the ambient light. There's also a reading mode available, which reduces the level of blue radiation, as well as a dark mode. It's also worth noting the presence of the Always On Display function, which displays notification and the time on the lock screen. Both Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T and Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite operate on the Android 9 Pie operating system, with the MIUI 10 proprietary shell. In the latest update, this shell received new features and has undergone a number of changes in design and standard applications. Gesture management and a new voice assistant have appeared, and the quality of photos has also improved. In addition, optimization has been carried out for longer battery life. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite has Game Turbo 2.0 game mode to optimize the smartphone during games, as well as Mi Turbo, which allows you to accelerate the launch and operation of applications. Whether Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T and Mi 9 Lite will be updated to Android 10 and MIUI 11 in the near future is still unknown. Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T received a 48-megapixel main camera, allowing you to take pictures in a resolution of 8,000 by 6,000 pixels. In addition, the smartphone has an ultra-wide-angle camera of 8 megapixels with a viewing angle of 120 degrees, as well as depth and macro sensors of 2 megapixels each. A macro camera is capable of shooting at a distance of only 2 centimeters, and a real-time adjustable depth sensor blurs the background during portrait shooting. As for video recording, the camera supports 4K resolution at a frequency of 30 frames per second, and there is also electronic stabilization and a slow motion mode. The 13-megapixel front camera of the smartphone has many filters and background blur adjustment. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite also received a main camera with 48 megapixels. In addition, the smartphone has an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens with a viewing angle of 118 degrees and a 2-megapixel depth sensor, which allows you to highlight objects in the foreground and blur the background. The photo matrix of the main camera of the smartphone has increased sensitivity and noise reduction algorithms, which allows you to take high-quality images at night. Thanks to the built-in sky function and artificial intelligence, shooting landscapes in Mi 9 Lite has reached a new level. Even in inclement weather, using this function you can take pictures with a beautiful blue sky. As for the video recording, the smartphone supports 4K resolution with a frequency of 30 frames per second, and there is also a 960 frames per second slow-mo recording mode. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite received a flagship 32-megapixel camera that allows you to take selfies in ultra-high resolution of 6560 by 4928 pixels. Also, the selfie camera has many interesting filters that allow you to take original photos in portrait mode. Qualcomm's octa-core Snapdragon 665 processor at 2 GHz is responsible for the performance of Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T. The smartphone is available with versions of 3GB of RAM or 32GB of internal memory, 4GB of RAM with 64 or 128GB of internal memory. It's also possible to install a 256GB microSD card. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite has an 8-core Snapdragon 710 processor, clocked at 2.2 GHz. The smartphone has 6GB of RAM. The amount of internal memory can be 64 or 128GB. It's also possible to expand the memory using a microSD card. In the Antutu performance test, the winner is the Mi 9 Lite, where the smartphone scores almost 210,000 points. Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T and Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite are equipped with a dual-band Wi-Fi module with support up to the standard AC. Both smartphones have an NFC module for making contactless payments. As for Bluetooth, Redmi Note 8T received this module version 4.2, and Mi 9 Lite uses a more modern Bluetooth module version 5.0. Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T is equipped with a 4000 mAh battery and supports fast charging technology from an 18-watt charger, which will allow you to fully charge your smartphone in less than 2 hours. In balance mode, the smartphone can function for 2 days without any problems. The battery capacity of Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite is 4030 mAh. This one, like Redmi Note 8T, supports wired charging technology from an 18-watt charger. The autonomy of the smartphone in talk mode reaches 39 hours. I analyzed the reviews of the owners of Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T and Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite. There are both negative and positive reviews, and I'll tell you about the consensus between them. I'll start with the negative. Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T. Big and slippery. Does not support wireless charging. A small amount of memory. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite. Far from ideal sound quality. Many unnecessary pre-installed applications. Does not support wireless charging. Positive. Xiaomi Redmi Note 8T. There's an NFC module. Good picture quality. Long battery life. Fast fingerprint scanner. Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite. Good quality photos. There is an NFC and a headphone jack. Large and bright screen. Long battery life. So, Xiaomi Mi 9 Lite has a clear performance advantage thanks to a more powerful processor and 6GB of RAM. In addition, this smartphone has a Super AMOLED screen, while the Redmi Note 8T has an IPS screen. The quality of the pictures on both smartphones is decent, but the Redmi Note 8T, unlike its rival, has a macro sensor. Meanwhile, the Mi 9 Lite has a 32-megapixel front camera which allows you to take more detailed photos. You can compare the cost of these smartphones by clicking on the links left in the description. Now that we've reached the end, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the TechnoDog channel. And don't forget to hit that bell to make sure you've got all the latest alerts about new videos arriving. And please feel free to write which smartphones you'd like to see compared next time in the comments. That's all from me for now. See you later, everyone!